Happy Sunday. I'm going to try to get this out. I'm going on a zombie bike ride this afternoon. We're all going to get dressed up in zombie outfits and join probably a couple of thousand other people to ride around. It's hard. I can't ride around. You make me walking around. But anyways, I wanted to get a little bit further on this BAAL stuff because it's on everybody's mind. And there is history out there for you to go and read on, and I've gone and read up on some of this stuff, and you'll find that this is just during the Babylonian times that most all of this, it's not so ancient of history that it doesn't have something to do with our religion and the makeups of our thoughts and our traditions. Alright, so like BAAL is actually connected. When you're listening to when they write history about stuff like this, you'll find that it has a hint of sarcasm, and it's usually from the religious side that they were real fake Christians and fake Jesuses and stuff like that, because they do realize that in contemporary terms you could find that the word Krishna and Christ, that they mean the same, that they're the same words, that they all mean the same, and they'll say, well, these were pseudo, Christ was here from the beginning. Well, no, Christ happens to just be one of the newer ones in the bunch, just because they want to claim it as being the number one spot. That's not true. That's gang mentality. And that doesn't work with the Lord. How many people are going to be on my side? How many people are going to be on his side? That doesn't tell you who the winner is. But the way this goes on, it's another mythology thing, which is really telling the same stories as the Bible and the same things that I tell you. Because what it is, they're personifying things. So years and years in these Babylonian times, they used the sun and the moon, and it was a lot of astrology. Everyone knew it. It wasn't so foreign to us. That's why it's the lost tribes of Israel now. The lost tribes, because they put a stamp on this. No, you don't want to hear anything. But because if you did know anything about it when you read the Bible, it click. Oh yeah. So you'll find that that's why you're not allowed to use a single eye, because click. Oh, hey, So anything that's going to make you click is going to be a sin. All right. But to tell you the truth, the way the story goes is this is a story about a woman named Ishtar, or an entity. She winds up being the mother of heaven. So if you think about this for a minute, she's this feminine energy of the right side of the brain. And her other side, her counterpart on this story here, who's her husband, her husband is going to wind up being BAAL. Alright? So we already know that BAAL is a negative type of entity, like the devil, right? We also have to know that our left side of our brain is red, and that we are also the devil. We are the beast. So, it's not saying anything different. It's not saying anything different. Okay? Between these two couples, they birth Tammuz. Alright? Tammuz is another Christ-like guy that comes down, is celebrated in Easter. In fact, Easter and Esther, and that's what Ishtar winds up being. It's how you say Easter. Everything about it, the sunrise services, the days up to Lent, which is actually the lengthening of days. All of these stem from this story, and they probably go back even a little bit further because they keep repeating each other. All right, Mary and Joseph having a baby. This is the male and the female having a child. But this just happens to birth up, sunrise services, the days of Lent, and eating pigs. He is killed by a bull. He's gored by a, not by a bull. He's gored by a wild pig. And of course, it's That's why you're not allowed to eat pigs during this time, or when this thing of the lower, you know. It's a really wonderful story, but she supposedly, you know, it's just like with Osiris and all of them, you know, when she got mad, her husband was cut into all these millions of pieces and they couldn't find the penis, you know. The same way with this one, you know. So-and-so gets all chopped up, they couldn't find his penis, and she gets pregnated by the sun rays and stuff like that. It's all the same story, you know. But in reality, what they're saying is they're going through the process of higher conscious, what it took to get these two together. Because when they married, when Nimrod, well, I don't want to bring in names. When you marry up with your wife, you become a great king. And that's really all the story is talking about, that you're marrying up, that the two sides are coming together and becoming one. And so when you think of it, you know, you'll find that they really just keep saying the same things over and over again. Father, Son, and Spirit now, because whenever Tammuz is killed, he's told he's gone up to the sun god. So you've got the sun god and the moon goddess, and they made love and they created Tammuz, you know. You know, that's the way it is. That's how you birth this consciousness, all right? And he goes through the same thing. She actually gets undressed in hers. They take away this some kind of something that's on her head as a headband, and then they take something off from her throat. They take something away from her her breast area. So you're seeing that what they're doing with her is they're going down the chakras, and they strip Jesus. Remember, you know, before they put him on, and then they wind up putting a red cloak over him, and then sticking the crown on top of him. So you know, here there was taking off his garments. This whole idea of being naked and all this stuff, you know, it all comes together. Just as prude minds of reading things at face value, and then using stuff like this to scare you. You know, you're feeding your babies to BAAL if you don't follow these particular rules. You know, and BAAL is no different than, you know, the devil, the beast, which is our lower conscious. Excuse me. They're always talking about the same guy. There ain't a whole mess of these pantheon of gods. There's not. They're all talking about the same lower conscious mind of man. When you get your devils in a row, you'll find that there's only one, and it's you. You know, we are our worst enemy. And take everything else with a grain of salt, and I mean it. You know, and not in a superstitious way. Don't make a circle and jump in the middle of it. You have a higher conscience. These things, should they exist, or should somebody really try to bring something up against you, you know, it's our higher conscience that's going to knock this out. I mean, we probably can't stop a bullet, you know. Maybe somebody beating you up, I don't know. But the idea is that, you know, it'll be a higher conscience, it'll be a higher energy that'll keep you from getting in these situations. They may not want to come around you, because in the stories you would say, "Who is this guy that evil demons flee from them?" You know, but that's talking about it like they're afraid of you. But you know that whenever this whole thing, when he comes into your town and clears men out of the temple and the money changers out of the temple, he means business. All right, well, anyways, I'll chat with you soon, and, yeah, and best too, yeah, don't give any of these gods any thought at all. You are the one that are doing everything, you know. Don't give your powers up to nobody else, All right, best too, have fun.